All right, everyone, welcome to another episode here at Music in the Stars. The big news this week, obviously, being the solar eclipse in the sign of Aries. Let's look at it. What is an eclipse? I'm not going to go too far into the science behind what an eclipse is. You guys likely already know what that is. The big things that I want to look at is we have this eclipse, 19 degrees Aries, conjunct Chiron, that's the major one, conjunct Mercury retrograde, another twist in the plot here. And obviously it's a new moon, meaning the moon is conjunct the sun as well. To me, the major thing that gives this eclipse a unique twist is that conjunct Chiron. Who is Chiron? Chiron is an asteroid representing the wounded healer. Okay, so this is a part of ourself that is very vulnerable to look at, a part of ourself that is painful in a way, that is seeking healing. But when we heal that, when we go in and we look at that wound, we actually heal from it, it transforms and changes our entire life. This eclipse gives us an opportunity for a new beginning, a new way of looking at that healing, which is so awesome. Yet it does not mean at all that it's going to be easy. Let me rewind a little bit. A solar eclipse, you have the sun, you have the powerful energy of that life force, life-giving being shining down onto all of us, but yet there's a sudden disconnect. There's a blockage in the way of that. It sort of dislodges us for 1 minute. It gives us an opportunity to really reset the program, and this is dictated by what sign it's in. And then it's also dictated by what house it's in your particular chart. This is one thing I want to mention here. Go into your own personal astrological chart. See where Aries is in your chart. What house is Aries ruling? In particular, look at 19 degrees Aries. Find that point in your chart. Then look and see where that aspects. Is it creating any sort of squares, any sort of trines, any sort of conjunctions? And then that is going to give you a much better indication, a much better map of how this particular eclipse is going to affect you. What are the reset buttons for you? It's in Aries, right? New beginnings, courage, the ability to move forward and push forward into life with enthusiasm. It's ruled by Mars. Again, very fiery energy with this eclipse. So all of that enthusiasm, all of that energy, all of this bravery, conjunct Chiron. So it's going to give us an opportunity to be brave going into these areas, these new beginnings, these parts of ourselves that we've always wanted to awaken, places that we've actually probably been afraid of, areas of life that we've avoided because it's too painful to look at. We can do that with this eclipse. We can ground ourselves, root ourselves, and really come up with our intentions, our goals for the next aspect, the next part of our life moving ahead. Use this as an opportunity to reset the program. It's also conjunct Mercury, Mercury retrograde. That's going to add another extra emphasis to this, especially in the mind, in the intellect. Mercury rules information, communication. We can go in, take the information that we have with ourselves, with our being, with knowing our own personal wounds that we have. That's that Chiron energy. Take that information, communicate with that part of ourselves. Communicate with that part that is hurting, that is wounded, that child within. Find an intellectual, intelligent way to communicate with that child. Let him, her know that it's okay. You're okay. We are healing. We are growing. We are becoming. We are evolving. Evolution, a solar eclipse is happening conjunct the North Node. It's on the North Node, that part of ourselves that takes work and evolution in life to grow. But we have to set the intention, new moon, set the intention and show up to do that work. Be patient with yourself. Aries energy is not patient. But with this Mercury retrograde, with this Chiron, don't be hard on yourself. Things may come up. Tears may come up. Pains may come up. Allow them to flow. Allow them to move. There's a lot of within time here. You know, again, that Mercury retrograde puts the emphasis within. Communicate with the self. Communicate. Talk to the heart. Another thing I want to bring up is a certain aspect happening with this eclipse, which is semisextile Jupiter, semisextile Uranus, which are conjunct right now. Jupiter and Uranus are conjunct on top of one another, working in harmony. So basically, how can I expand beyond my life experience, right? Jupiter, Uranus, how can I access my higher creative genius, my higher creative intellectual mind? How can I access that and pull that down? There are opportunities through that semisextile, through this eclipse, to expand, to tap into your own creative genius. This is in those wounds through Chiron. So all of this, again, is connected, funneling through that Chiron, funneling through Mercury retrograde. When we can go in and really stir up those wounds, and these wounds from Chiron, I mean, they can definitely be part of your life here and now, part of your experience and the cards that you've been dealt, but this could also come through the ancestral ray. This could be from, I'm always hesitant to say past lives, but it could, you know, past experience. Through our fathers and mothers, our grandfathers, our grandmothers, and so on and so forth, you know, coming through us, we have a chance to go into those wounds and heal them, reset it, and then life changes from this point on, moving onward. So these are the major themes to me of what to look for in this upcoming solar eclipse. I'd be happy to hear your thoughts on this, to comment below. Let me know what you feel, what's coming up for you. Again, look in your own personal chart. See where Aries is, and that dictates what part of your life will likely be influenced by all of this. Thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe to my channel below. Lots more coming your way. Thank you so much.